Well, hello everyone. David here from Practical Driving. I'm just sitting here in my little workspace looking at the video that you're going to be watching just now. I will apologise. It's been a while since I put a video up, and as you know, it's been a few months. There are many reasons for that, guys, so there's no point in going into it right at this minute, but I probably will cover it when I've got time. This is an actual driving test. You're looking through the dash cam, guys, and I want you just to have a look here. In particular, if your test is at Curry Test Centre in Edinburgh, this is going to really be beneficial for you. If you're not doing your test at Curry Test Centre and you're doing your test anywhere in the UK, this will again be of benefit because I'm going to do some planning and awareness, looking ahead and dealing with the road, and just telling you well in advance what you need to be doing for the driving test. So what we'll do, guys, is we'll get right into this. This vehicle is sitting here. The examiners went through a couple of a safety question before you go. Remember, there's no audio and there is obviously no video of any persons because, again, it's really against the instructions for videos on YouTube. Not just that, but also it's against the test policy. So here we are. Now let's get into this. So obviously, the student's been asked to move off from here, and make sure, guys, you check your blind spot and you signal if necessary, and you can proceed up to the end of the road here. Okay, so you really should be looking well into the roads in both directions to see if anything's coming. And the first thing we're doing here is taking a left turn. So, of course, you would be checking your interior and left mirror, giving a signal in plenty of time and looking into the road for any hazards. And there's a post office vehicle on the right someone could be overtaking, so we've got to look well into the road, guys. Nice little check in the mirror again behind you, and then make sure your signal's cancelled. Okay, so we're moving on, taking the second on left. So we just passed the first one. So interior left mirror, and again, nice signal there. Now when you're going into junctions, always look high because there's always speed restrictions, and in this case we've got the one-way system, but it does tell us that cyclists can be oncoming. So it is a one-way system, but bikes can be coming towards you. So again, guys, it's a very small residential road, a little tight area here, a little mirror check and ease off the gas, make sure you can get through the gap. And of course, it's very common to be told to pull up on the left. Now it's very important that you actually see a point where you want to stop. Then you can do your mirrors, you can signal if it's necessary, and you can pull up at your intended point. At this point, you could be asked to do the sat navigation system on independent driving, or alternatively you could just be asked to follow the examiner's instructions. So we'll be moving off here. Make sure you check your blind spot, guys, and we're moving off up to the end of the road where we'll be turning right. So you can already see the parked cars ahead there on the left hand side. So you want to be getting your mirrors in early, giving a signal for right, and then you've got the white lines there to help you if you use anything to get first gear. But they're a tricky little junction because there's a sort of step up and it's like a platform, and you've got to be careful you don't stick, your back wheel, or you could roll back a little bit on the speed bump there. But we're all good here. We're still 20 miles an hour, guys. Slight downhill, and it is noticeable. A lot of students find it a bit difficult keeping it 20. So you've really got to try and control your vehicle and be aware of your speed. It's a long 20 actually. It does go for quite a bit, just to beyond that bus at least. And this is, I was going to say Curry Hill Road, but this is not Curry Hill Road. This is Rickett and Mains Road, taking you down to the first major roundabout, which is Heriot-Watt University now. So you can see the sign there ahead. Now please don't accelerate just yet. Check your mirrors as you're passing the 30. Check your right mirror, make sure there's no one overtaking before you accelerate up. On the left there's a double bend. You can see that first to the right and then to the left. Sorry about the I'm not getting a very good screen here, guys. It seems to be a little bit pixelating. I'll maybe need to try and alter that, see if I can correct that. But anyway, I do apologise. If things are really, really close to the camera, it tends to be a bit blurry. But anyway, we're going round 30 mile an hour we are now, guys. Now this used to all be a 40 miles an hour restriction, is if you know the area well. Please remember that most areas now, guys, has been reduced to 30 miles per hour. Now then, we've got Heriot-Watt University in front, and there's 2 lanes approaching at the end. This lane splits, and there is a left lane to take you into the university only, so we need to keep right to go ahead, second exit. You probably have been told just to follow the road for Edinburgh, so check your mirrors, bring your speed down. If it's nice and clear and you're above 15, you can still stay in third gear. Especially with the car I'm driving a lot. If you want to come down to second gear and you're used to that, then it's really up to yourself. But keep right here. And mind check your interior and left mirror when you've passed the first exit there. And exit nice and easy on the left. Still on a single carriageway, so we're okay. Going up to the next roundabout, which is the park and ride roundabout. Very small roundabout, this one, and probably a second gear approach. You'll be informed to follow the road for Edinburgh, so you'll be checking your mirrors again. No signal required, of course. And again, as you can see, we need to keep to the right hand side to go ahead there. Left lane only takes you into the car parks in the business centre there. So second exit, there's the first exit, so mirrors and signal left for the second one. And we will do that just after passing the first exit. So we're now informed to follow the road ahead to the next roundabout, and we're turning left for West Calder. On this particular roundabout, you'll notice that there's a blue circle on that one. We don't actually count that as an exit because that's the car park. So what we need to do is you can delay your signal until after the little car park exit. But if you're on sat navigation, it does clearly state that you're taking the first exit. So if you do signal early, because you don't know the route, of course, then the chances are the examiner won't really bother too much about that because you've been misled by the verbal instructions on the sat nav. It doesn't recognise the first exit there. However, we're still on our way. We're 30 miles an hour here up until we reach, we're now on the A71, of course, came out of Curryhill Road, and going back to normal two-way traffic, and we're going to start hitting a 50 mile an hour. So you can see the two-way traffic sign there, and the 50 mile an hour speed restriction ahead of us. So again, always important that you check your interior and your right mirror before you accelerate, and don't do so until you've just passed the actual instruction. So as you can see at the bottom there, the students managing to pick up reasonably good speed, up to 36, 38, 41 miles an hour. That's not bad. Up to 43, good. 46, so we're getting up to there. Now we've got a little chevron here. Again, when you see chevrons like that, make sure you always check your mirror before you come off the gas pedal. And in this particular case, we've been asked to take the next road on the left. So we're going up. Here we're looking for something. You better watch country roads because, you know, road markings and things can be hidden. So there's a good sign for a left turn. So there's a side road on the left. So get your routine done when you're actually, when you see the sign, if you get one. And bringing your speed down and then bringing yourself into your gear, and make sure you raise the clutch before you start steering around the corners, because you don't want to have your clutch going down or trying to change gear whilst going round the corner. Now this particular road, Curryhill Road, actually I think I said the last road was Curryhill Road. I'm sorry, that was Rickert and Mains Road all down to the roundabout. This is Curryhill Road, and we're going ahead here. It's a national speed limit here, although there has not been any sign change since 50, so I think the national speed limit sign has disappeared, either vandalised or fell down. When you get into country roads, guys, and you see warning signs for bends, etc., make sure again when you're at the sign, check your mirrors and come off the gas and control your speed up to the problem. If necessary, you might need to come down gears. Although we're national speed limit here, we have got a bit of a straight, but there is a bit of a hidden dip ahead. And I already know, of course, having had a little look at the preview of this particular route, that we'll be taking the next road on the right. And if you look high enough, excuse me, the trees on the right hand side is where the right turn is. So again, you need to, there's a sign on the left, mirrors there, get your signal in there, bringing your speed down, make sure that you've got your gear, and make sure your clutch is up as you're approaching. If it's safe, you go round. Make sure you stay in your own lane and try not to cut the corner, guys. Okay, so still no speed change, so we're still on the national speed limit, which is of course the speed that you deem fit for, one, your ability, and two, for the conditions of the road ahead. However, you are assessed on your speed ability, and if you are too slow, of course you could just be told that you just maybe need a bit more experience to be a bit faster. And that just might be the case. So, yep. Okay, so we're not too bad, 34 mile an hour. Could have probably got a wee bit more there, I would say. And of course there's a sign on the left there saying a sharp bend to the right. So again, on the mirrors, off the gas, bring your speed down, keep well left when you're going around corners, because oncoming vehicles would maybe go out to the middle. You don't want to be meeting people in the middle. The next left turn is quite hidden, guys, so you will be told probably about it. And of course, mirrors and signal, and you can see how a wee bit fast approaching this one. And I think the student had a little bit shake there and was still in third gear when trying to move away there. So I think the student did get caught out with the speed of that one. And look on the left hand side here. Now, yep, there's a pedestrian. Now, I don't think the student saw that pedestrian, otherwise they should have checked the mirrors and moved out to the right there. So that was a fault, no doubt about that, and perhaps even a serious fault, guys. Because when you've got no pavements, and there's no walkways, and you've got someone walking on the road, you need to give them the same, if not more, respect than you would a push bike or a cycle. So there was definitely no movement with the vehicle there, so I'm afraid that this could have been perhaps a serious fault for clearance there. So we're continuing on, and we'll be asked to take a left turn along here. Okay, so you might not see it from here, but we usually inform students it's just after this little cycle sign. Again, you've got to get your speed down, second gear clutch up. And a little hill here actually, it's a little bit of a rise. And as you're going up here, that was just Dalmahoy Road that we were in there actually. And as we were going up here, you'll notice there are some signs that the road narrows on both sides, and it really is just like a first come, first serve. And you will see as you get along, the signs are quite clearly marked on the left hand side. I'm not going to slow down and zoom in, guys, because you can actually quite see it there. It's there on the left hand side. Check your mirrors, off the gas, try and look up as high as you can to see if you can see the roofs of any vehicles. At night time it's a bit easier because you usually see headlights from a distance, but during the daytime it can be quite treacherous. So just you need to govern your speed well. There's another sign there telling you about a hidden dip, and it's the same because the road's narrowing. So again, check your mirrors, bring your speed down. Again, I'm getting a bit pixelating in the screen here, guys, so I'm sorry about that. So we need to get some speed up here. So yeah, quite a steep little hill, this one. It's when things get really, really close, like the trees and leaves, it doesn't seem to be picking it up. So right at the top of the hill, that's a reduction to 30, and at the very top of the hill it's down to 20 mile an hour. And usually asked again to find a space to pull up on the left. So again guys, make sure you check your interior and left mirror, but see a spot where you want to stop, and then you can do your routine. That's fine. Now then you'll be asked to move off. You also can maybe be asked to follow the road normally if you've been on independent driving with the sat navigation. So remember, before moving away guys, look right over your shoulder on the right hand side on that particular one, and move off up to the end of this road where you'll be asked to turn left, and hopefully you'll still know the speed of the road. Yes, we're still 20, and at the end of the road you'll see, look high when you're coming up to the end of roads or going into roads, and you'll see the speed of the new road merging into the A70. That's fine. Okay. So the positioning of the vehicle looked good there. Going down to the next junction and turning right for Balerno Village. Now there's a vehicle in front, so again I would be on my mirror already and looking at my right mirror and watching for oncoming vehicles. You can see somebody's either going away or getting out, but I might check my mirror and hold back now for that car. And it's just exactly what the student's done there, so that was good and well done there. A wee check over your shoulder again before you move off. Yeah, it's always good, because you would do that in an emergency stop, wouldn't you? You look over both shoulders because you're not in a park position. So we'll take the next on the right here. Sorry, I should say we should turn in right for Balerno Village. And this, for anybody that's local or knows about Curry, this has been revamped, redone this, and it's much better now than what it used to be. And you can just get into this little box to turn right and wait. Now you're waiting for either, if you look at the signal ahead, you're waiting for either the signal to go red or you get a green arrow to give you permission to turn. Because you're already committed into the junction, when the lights go back, you must escape. That's it, going back. So after this vehicle, make sure you check your door mirrors and get round there into the new road. Good. And officially we're still, because we look high again guys, did you notice the speed or did you notice any change? And if not, then it should still be the same speed. So it's still 30 mile an hour. There was no change there. So we're going up to the little roundabout here. This is Bridge Road in Balerno in Edinburgh. Parked vehicle there. So again, you're going to be in the interior mirror and right mirror, moving out gently. Vehicle on the left hopefully stays there. We can stay out there, and at the roundabout we are taking the second exit. So we're going ahead, that's the second exit. We need to keep well left for this guys. It does look right, but it's actually ahead. According to the sign it was read ahead as well. So there's no signal right required here, it's just check your left mirror, signal left, and hold back a wee bit here because someone could be committed coming down the road there. It's 30 mile an hour as you can see from here, because it did change to 20 just before the roundabout to take you left, but they had to put the 30 sign in to remind you were still 30 miles an hour. Up here we do sometimes get asked to pull up on the right hand side, and there's a cyclist, so of course we mirror check there and get out there and give plenty of warning, plenty of room. The warning would be signalling if necessary, but so let's have a look, see all of the okay, we've been asked to pull up on the left here. So from this point, the student was instructed to do the emergency stop. So again, make sure you check over your shoulder before moving off, and signal if necessary, and then when you move off, you're waiting on the examiner's instructions to do the emergency stop. So the examiner will just explain that they're going to do the emergency stop with you, and they will give you the instructions and what they want you to do to stop. So they'll give you a signal by putting their hand up and saying stop, and then they will then give you an instruction after that if they're happy just to follow the road ahead. So let's see how we get on with this one. Okay, so obviously you won't be using your mirrors before that because that takes time and time equals distance, so you're better to stop as quickly, suddenly as possible. Before moving off, remember to make sure you check your left shoulder and right shoulder, and when it's clear, proceed ahead. Now at this point, after all that hilarity, you tend to forget what speed is this road again. So remember guys, you're looking at street lights, there's no other reminders, so we should still be on the 30 that we were at. If you really have difficulty, you can look into the side roads and see if there's any speeds indicated. So if you see 20s in the side roads, the chances are you're going to be on a higher speed, which would probably be 30 anyway. So there's not really much else going on too much about the test here. We're just following the road ahead. There's a parked car in front again. I'm getting ready to check my interior mirror off the gas, have a look in my right mirror and see if it's safe to proceed and overtake. Making sure I give the vehicles plenty of room, guys. 6 feet's about a great distance if you can clearance it, if you can give it that. You've got to take into consideration for doors opening, kids can jump out cars at any time. So we've just got to be careful. Again, we've got a situation ahead. I think they're probably parked on the left. I think there's somebody standing there. Yeah, there's a chap working on his vehicle there. So we've got a bend, we don't know what's around the corner, of course, it can be anything, parked cars, people walking, so check your mirror, ease off the gas, control your speed, so that you can reasonably stop within the distance you can see to be clear, safely. So a parked car again, in the mirrors, no need to signal. There's a works vehicle ahead, just left, and we're still 30 miles per hour, and yeah, we're okay. The speed's alright. I mean, I think there's been a couple of times where speed's maybe been just a bit on the low side, and particularly coming through the country roads there, you know, 30, 32, 33 mile an hour in some cases. I think I would have been a wee bit faster than that, but anyway, we'll need to wait and see what happens at the end. Anyway, you will be instructed at the end of the road turning left, so again, as soon as you're given these instructions, you're going to check your mirrors, interior and left mirror. Just when you get to about here, you can give a signal left, braking gently, making sure your speed is nice and easy, smooth, and drop it into first gear as you're looking. Now on the left you can't see, so go out to the centre, provided it's clear on the right, drift to the centre a little bit and look down the road before you actually go on. That's good. So keeping looking well ahead for oncoming vehicles. Yeah, I can see a car with lights on, so I'd be checking my interior and left mirror here and looking for a spot, and I think that's just what the student's done here. Perfect. Looks good. We check the mirrors again to get back out. Following the road ahead. If you can hear emergency vehicles, that's coming from outside my house. There's a car with its brake lights on, so I would be on my, let this car pass, so I'm coming into, this is a meeting situation, you can get past this one, yep. I'm just going to watch this vehicle. Obviously the driver's just sitting waiting with his foot on the brake, so that's okay. It's got his signal on still, so that's fine. Again, just a wee quick check over your right shoulder before moving out. A lot of people don't bother about that because they think they're already in traffic, but to be honest with you guys, when you think about you're moving off in the middle of the road, just like you are from an emergency stop situation, you've got to check both shoulders before moving away. Because what could be coming up the side of you right now while waiting here, a cyclist could overtake you on the inside and on the outside. If you're not looking at your mirrors correctly and you're not aware what's happening behind you, the e-bikes and the electrical vehicles are so quiet these days. You just and there's a 20 sign, so on the mirrors, controlling your speed. Looking away ahead again. Side road on the right, warning sign. And again, in the distance, parked cars. So, we're not bad, we're 16 mile an hour. I mean, I think maybe on a bit slow. Although I should be maybe check my mirrors now and hold them back a little bit now, make sure there's no oncoming vehicles here. But down to 14, 13 miles an hour. Just might be a little bit progress issues there. And yep. Now the instruction here would be at the end of the road turning right. So we're really on the last 5 and 10 minutes, 30 mile an hour from here, guys. The last 5 or 10 minutes of the test, to be honest with you, and we'll just get up to the end of the road. As soon as you see the junction, that's like now, for instance, you check your interior and right mirror, give a clear signal, just to the left of centre line, first gear it just at the triangle or so, and then creep forward until you can see. If you can't see at all, stop first of all before the white lines, and then you can start creeping and peeping forward. Still 30 mile an hour, guy. Yep. Coming up towards the junction at Balerno again. Warning sign on the left there, parked cars ahead of you. Interior mirror, right mirror, horses, okay. Checking your right mirror again, just moving out a little bit at the end of the road at the traffic lights, turning right for Edinburgh. On the mirror, off the gas, might need to stop. Holding back, which is good, that's good. Are we checking your mirrors again, and are we checking your shoulder and moving off, turning right for Edinburgh, mirrors and signal right. Make sure you don't go in the red boxes, guys. They're for cyclists who can actually come up the inside and then move over to the right hand side to turn right in some cases. That's the purpose of the boxes, to give them manoeuvrability. You see the pedestrians walking across the road round the corner, and there's a parked car. I think that car's parked on the right hand side. Yeah, it is. So again, we're just in their mirror, make sure there's nobody overtaking. Actually, they're not parked, they're waiting. But it's always good to be looking in and see what's going on. There's a sign on the left there saying new traffic signals ahead. Okay, so for people that are local would understand if there's a change, but of course for driving tests generally you're not familiar with the local route, so you might not notice any change. Okay, so we're still 30 mile an hour. We need to get up the speed. There's nothing in front of us at this point. So we're looking good. 25, 26. Come on, pop it up a wee bit. Let's check your mirror for this vehicle on the left. Again, we could be a little bit quicker here. We're down to 25 again, so we really want to get up to 30 mile an hour. Remember, 30 mile an hour is the safe speed, provided the road is clear. So everything looks pretty good at the moment. We're just looking for the first thing that's going to make us check our mirrors again, and before we come off the gas pedal. So we're all looking good. I'm not doing an awful lot of editing these days, guys, because it's an awful lot of work to edit videos. And as I was saying there, although look on the left, there's a warning sign for disabled people, elderly people. Mirror approaching the crossing, and just because the lights could change, you always look to see if there's anybody pressing buttons. A wee left turn here, that's fine. Check to see if it's safe to proceed right up to the end of the road where we'll be asked to turn right. Yeah, guys, the editing can take hours, and I'm not prepared to put that much into it because a lot of people won't really bother subscribing, and I don't make money from the videos. Certainly, I don't think I've got any more than 500 or 600 subscribers. So you see videos that people are doing, they're probably better quality, I have to say, and maybe a wee bit more. Get professionals to do it for you, and they've got thousands and thousands of subscribers. But I'm not really that interested too much, to be honest with you. I'm just offering a little service to help people, to be honest. Anyway, we're in Dolphin Road, and we're looking ahead for any oncoming vehicles is the main thing at this point. Again, we're on the last leg. We'll be back in the test centre within about 5 minutes. Of course, this is sometimes what happens. It gets a wee bit nervy when you know that you're on your final stages. You feel you've done pretty good. I don't think the student would have known at this point that they've actually failed the test, because I'm really worried about this this chap that was walking along in the country road and the student didn't move out. So yeah, but I don't think the student's aware of this, and probably feeling a bit nervous coming up, knowing he's getting close to the end of the test at this point and not wanting anything to go wrong. And so this is sometimes what happens. You've got a warning sign on the left here for the school. Asked to pull up on the left here, guys. Every time you stop, parking brake on, into neutral, relax the feet, signal off where necessary. If asked to move off again, take the gear, have a look over your shoulder and signal. Maybe the examiner's... No, there is some cars still passing. I thought maybe the examiner was giving further instructions for something else there, but should be moving off in a second. Can be quite a busy little road actually, to be honest. Nice clear picture now because there's nothing so close. I wonder if... Oh, it's a parallel park, guys. It's a parallel park. Okay, so that's fine. So he's got round into position, blind spot first, carrying out the routine that I taught him. And he steered straight at that point, so he's coming back straight to his turning point, turning right. Steered late, I think. We bounced there. I think maybe the back wheels just touched the curb there. Students moving forward a little bit there. I hope you checked your mirrors and your blind spot first before moving forward a wee bit there. And straightening up there. So definitely a little bit late steering there because the back wheel did actually come into contact with the curb. The student knows the reference point, but it's easy to forget. You know, when you're on a driving test, the nerves are, of course, they're high and you're not thinking straight. But anyway, that could be definitely a minor fault there because the car moved forward a bit there to correct it. I don't think it was anything to do with failing because I can't see the observations. This is the thing about the video ahead. You can't tell what the student's doing in relation to mirrors and signalling. So anyway, we're having to make a movement to the left here. So it's interior and left mirror. Signal not necessary because you can see there's a junction on the left there and that might confuse. So with interior and right mirror to come back, and at the end instructed to turn left. So interior and left mirror, signal left and watch out for any pedestrians and get your position to the left side. All looking good. Into the new road, on the mirror, cancel the signal. Okay, just here we lost a little segment of driving there, so we've turned right into another road. The student's been asked to pull up on the left here, close to the vehicle, but not any closer than at least one car's length. And also instructed to disregard any driveways on this particular occasion. I know that just by seeing where the student was, that's what he's been asked to do. It's just to make sure you can do an angle start from behind vehicles. But again, you've got to make sure you check your shoulder, your mirrors and blind spot. Okay, the final little bit here, Bryce Road, we're coming up to now, and we've got the little roundabout here at the Curry Test Centre. We're asked to follow the road ahead, the second exit, and it's very important you keep... There's no road markings, but you have to keep well left all the way around the outside here. check your mirror, give a signal, look into the new road, see if there's any parked cars, hold back if necessary by checking your mirrors and positioning your vehicle. Just before you go, have a wee look to the left and right, and your door mirrors of course, and moving off. Signal even if necessary, but I don't think it would normally be necessary. Taking the next road on the left, turning left just at the test centre, interior and left mirror, and the student was asked to pull up on the right hand side. At this point I was away down there round the corner chatting to another instructor, but I just managed to see them pulling up, and then I came running across. That's me away in the distance up there on the left hand side. So okay guys, so thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed that little route, and of course, as expected, the student did actually fail for clearance for passing the pedestrian on the country road there. That was the only serious fault, unfortunately. There was a few minor faults, quite a lot of minor faults on mirrors and stuff like that. So hopefully this video will help you guys if you've got a test coming up soon, the routines that you should be trying to say to yourself. And I hope to see you back again, and we'll be coming up with another test very soon. So thanks very much. Any comments, please don't hesitate to let us know about it. Thank you.